นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ Happy New Year 2025 and yeah, happy to see you all again. This is the Dhamma session for the Mahawana Tutanka, Mahawana Dhamma YouTube, and also the Mahawana Dhamma Facebook. Today is 2nd of January 2025, so we're gonna discuss and have a bit of self-reflection with the Dhamma. So today's topic is finding peace in the present moment. Oh, sorry, I have to change the banner. Change the banner is in Thai now, so I'm gonna change to. Oh, and one thing, you might wonder why I do the live session at 6 p.m. in Thailand, because now we have the new novice that I have to have a session for them, not for her, for them during the chanting and after that. So I cannot arrange the time for the live session. That's why I have to change the time from 7 p.m. Thai time to 6 p.m. Okay. I choose this topic because now it's in the period of the new year, the celebration, right? And we always think that, okay, new year, we're gonna have the new year resolution. What we're gonna improve this year? How can we change this year? And we think of okay, new year, new me, new year, better me. But actually, you don't have to wait until new year or the next year to come to change, because if we really you know think about it, we have the new year resolution, maybe like 10 list 10 checklist for the new year resolution, but maybe you can achieve like 5, achieve 7, or some people achieve like 2 or none. So instead of thinking, okay, new year, new me, new year, new beginning, why can't we just live in the present moment? And if you want to change yourself to be better, to be a new version of you, why don't you change starting from now? So we take this opportunity to reflect and to learn the Dhamma and adapt the Dhamma into your daily life. This is from the Majjhima Nikaya number 131. Today's topic is finding peace in the present moment. Okay. Before we start listening to the Dhamma, I would like to, ask you one question. How much of your day is actually spent in the present moment? 24 hours. For you, 5 hours sleep. Some people 6 hours sleep. Some people like 4 or 3 hours. But apart from that, okay, 19 hours that you awake, okay, you have to go to do your own work, do your job, or you study, or you do your chore, housework, or things like that. But if you really see your whole day when you awake, how much time do you really spend living in the present moment? Or sometimes it's just like, oh, I think about the past experience. I think about, like something happened in the past or something, someone, like thinking of the present, of the future. Okay, what about, the future plan? What about the upcoming event or something like that? So this is the first question that I want you to, think how much of your day is actually spent in the present moment. And then we're gonna learn the Dhamma from MN 131. This is called Patte Garata Sutra. This is the translation of Bhikkhu Suchato. The name of the sutra is One Fine Night. I already attached the link to you. So I have heard, this is like the beginning. I here is the verbal ananta. I have heard the verbal ananta. I have heard that at one time the Buddha was staying near Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Ananta Pindika's monastery. There the Buddha addressed the mendicants, the Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka, Upasika, mendicants. And then they all replied, "Venerable sir." The Buddha then said, "I shall teach you the summary recital and the analysis of the one who has one fine night. Listen and apply your mind well. I will speak." So you're going to talk about the person who has one fine night. So you can learn to have one fine day with this teaching. The Buddha said, don't run back to the past. Don't anticipate the future. What's past is left behind. The future has not arrived. These sentences, don't run back into the past, don't anticipate the future, is actually, powerful. Combining with the previous question that I asked you, like how much of your day is actually spent in the present moment. Normally, we run back to the past, right? Oh, when we stay with the family during the Christmas time, it was so warm, and I was so happy, but now I don't really happy. Run back to the past. Or you run back to the past when you fight, when you have misunderstanding or misunderstood with your friends, and like with the sorrow and with the sadness, run back to the past, right? Or sometimes we anticipate the future. You try to live in the future, like, oh, what about the next weekend? What about the the Valentine's plan or something like that? The Buddha said, don't run back to the past. Don't anticipate or wish or expect the future. Why? What is past is left behind. The future has not arrived. What happened in the past, it's gone. It's finished. So let bygone be let right? I don't know. I don't remember. You just let it, you know, you cannot change the past. That's why if we always think about, cling on to the past that is already, gone, already finished, and you cannot change it. So what's the point? What's the benefit of doing that? And the future has not arrived. It can change. Even though how hard you try to make it to happen, in the future, make the plan happen as perfectly as you wish. Even though how hard you try to expect or wish things to be this or that, but it can change. There are many factors for it to change. The weather, people, many factors. So future has not arrived. Why do you have to cling on to it? Or, like have the desire for things to be like that when it can change. It's not here yet. Maybe you die before that future event, right? The Buddha said, any present phenomenon you clearly discern in every case. The unfaltering, the unshakable, having known that, foster it. It's just like you live in the present moment and you not to just live in the present moment, like not physically, but mentally as well. Mentally be in this moment. You know what you're doing. You know that you're speaking. You know that you're eating. You know that you're listening, that you're walking, you're sitting, you're moving, you know, in this moment. And to have the right knowledge that it's not self. The feelings that arise, not self. It has, you know, it's arise and cease. Because there is the cause, then there's the outcome, the consequence. So whatever happened, you know, be mindful in this moment. Be mindful and have the wisdom to know that it's not self. It can change and it's changing. And it's gonna, you know, stay like this for a long time. It's just like in, you know, many textbook, many story that, you know, just like in Japanese, I think Japanese philosophy, that he's gonna say like, enjoy, embrace the moment now, because you will not experience it twice. People walk past you, they might walk past you by just one time. There's only one time, only, you know, like experience. So enjoy the moment, you know, embrace the moment. That is Japanese philosophy. But what can relate to the Buddhist teaching? The Buddha's teaching that be mindful. You really have to live in the present moment. Be mindful. What is being mindful, right? When you sit here, you are here physically and mentally. So you know what to do, what to react, what to, you know, respond. Be mindful, and more importantly, have wisdom to know what is right and what is wrong, what to do and what not to do. Today is the day to keenly work. Who knows, tomorrow may bring death. For there is no bargain to be struck with death and his mighty horde. One who keenly meditates like this, tireless all night and day, that's who has one fine night. So declares the peaceful sage. The peaceful sage is the Buddha. Right? So the Buddha said today is the day to keenly work. You don't wait until tomorrow. Some people like to postpone, right? Today I'm just like, it's not a time to do it today. Maybe I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But maybe you will not live until tomorrow. Maybe you die this evening. Maybe you die tonight. So today is the day to do it. This is the moment to start anew. This is the moment, this is the day for you to do good deeds, to speak, to do, to think, you know, wholesome qualities, to cultivate wholesome qualities you have. Right now, this is the moment for you to do. Right now that you still can breathe in, breathe out, you still have the breath, that means you're still alive. So this is the time for you to do, to start. Who knows, tomorrow may bring death. Who knows, you will die in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. For there's no bargain to be struck with death at his mighty horde. Even the Buddha died. Everyone we know is gonna die. Some people die at a young age. Some people die when 100 years old, but everyone is gonna die. One who keenly meditates like this, like practice like this, contemplate like this, reflect like this, tirelessly, all night and day, that is the one who has one fine night. Like the whole day gonna be your one fine night. So this is from the Patekalata Sutra. Right. You can actually Buddha explain more on this. That okay, I'm gonna read from the sutra. How do you run back to the past? You master delight there. Thinking, I had such form in the past. For example, in the past I was so beautiful. I was like so young, and like all the complexion, all the like I don't have, I don't even have wrinkles when I was teenager or something like that. So you think, you look back that, oh, I have that body shape in the past. I have that young and fresh look in the past. Or I have feeling, I have like good feeling, I have bad feeling in the past. I have such clear memory in the past. But now, sometimes remember, sometimes forget things. I have good thinking process. I have, loving kindness. I have an anger in the past, something like that. That's how you run back to the past. And how do you not run back to the past? You don't master delight there. You don't, what is master delight? Sometimes we think of the past, but we think of the bad experience, the bad feelings, right? But when you think of it, of your sadness in the past, but you always think about it again and again and again and again, it's just like you have um what's it called, you still have delight in it, it might sound like confusing, but if you know that when you think of the bad experience and it's bad for you, quit it, right? Stop. But if you still, like at that time I have, bad experience. Oh, at that time, I have hard day. But then you used to think about it over and over and over. It's just like you have delight in it. You still love to think about it. But actually, you can choose to stop thinking about it. It's bad memory. You should stop it. How? How can I stop thinking about bad things that happen to me? Maybe you can, add the new data. Like, oh, this is new. This is the new life. This is new me. I'm gonna create the new memory. I'm gonna, um, um, you know, see new people, experience new things, have new memory. It's just like the data. This is like the computer, something like that. If you want to, you have to you have to delete all the, like old and bad memories. How? New input, new mindset, new input, and of course, in order to delete, to get rid of bad experience, forgive yourself, forgive others, throw the toxic things away. Love yourself, forgive others, and then move on. Something like that. So this is how you don't run back to the future. You don't master delight there, thinking it has such form, such feeling, such memory, such, thought in the past. That's how you don't run back to the past. And how do you anticipate the future? What do you anticipate? How do you anticipate the future? The Buddha said, you master delight there, thinking, may I have such form in the future. I am now sick. I cannot move my hand, you know, that much. Or in the future, may I be well, may I be healthy, may my hand, may my um, arms move just like what I wish it, something like that. May I have such form in the future, may I have such feeling in the future, may I, like be happy all the time, something like that. May I have such perception, memory in the future. That's how you anticipate the future. And how do you not anticipate the future? You do the opposite. You don't master delight, thinking I have this and that. How? You have the right wisdom that things can change. The body, like this sick body, it's not gonna change to be like, like you cannot change your DNA, you cannot change your something that occur in this body, but you can maybe make it better. You can make peace with the disease, with the symptom. How? Consult the doctor, you know consult the, like have the take the medicine, something like that. So that's way, but you don't wish it to be like this or like that, because you don't really live in the future, in the present moment. How do you falter and presently arising phenomena? Is when an unlearned ordinary person has not seen the noble ones, and is neither skilled nor trained in the teaching of the noble ones. They have not seen true persons, and are neither skilled nor trained in the teaching of the true persons. They regard form, feeling, perception, choice, consciousness as self. How can I, like talk it, make it simple? So when you don't listen, you haven't met the noble ones, like the noble disciple, the Buddha himself, the noble disciple, and you have not learned from them. So you still regard this body as mine, this memory as mine, this feeling as me or mine. So when you regard it as mine, you cling on to it, gonna suffer from it. But if you really know that this is just the body, it's not mine, it's gonna change. It's like when you know that, okay, this mobile phone is just the mobile phone, it's not me. So when it's broken, okay, it's have its own life cycle, right? It's gonna change, it's gonna, like break, it's gonna, like um freeze. Sometimes it won't work the way you want it to be. You cannot change it. It's the way it is, just like this body, just the way it is. So this is like how to be in the present moment. Be mindful and have the right wisdom that things just, arise and cease. It's gonna change. It has its own nature. What is own nature? Anicca. It's gonna change. It won't last forever. Tukkha, suffering, or it cannot tolerate into the same stage for a long time. When you're happy, you cannot, like control the happiness to stay for a long time. It just happen for a certain period of time and then gonna change. Things that anicca is tukkha, things that gonna change. Why it's gonna change? Because it cannot tolerate, it cannot stay the same for a long time. It's gonna change. And the last one, anatta, is not self. If it's is you, then you should have the ability to control it, right? The memory should be like this. You should have, like the brain should function 100% just like what you wish. I control the brain to remember. I can control the brain to, you know, forget things. I want to forget this thing, delete it. I want to remember this thing, put it into you don't it doesn't work like that. So it's not self. So if you live in the present moment in this sutras, meaning is like be mindful, have the right wisdom, and know and see things as they really are. And that's how you really be in the present moment with the right wisdom. Just as the Buddha said, don't run back to the past, don't anticipate the future, because what's past is left behind and the future has not arrived. So from this, it brings us to what we can relate during the New Year session, New Year period, right? Yeah, New Year, new me. We all know that New Year is not gonna be the new you forever. It will last maybe like 5 days or maybe just 1 month, and then just turn back into our old self. Like, I'm so lazy. Gonna be new me, New Year resolution. I'm gonna, like go to the gym 5 days per week. But we all experience this. We're gonna fall back to our old self. So do not wait until New Year to change yourself, but you can change every moment. Every moment when you breathe in, okay, I know I did something bad in the past. I had many mistakes in the past, but okay, don't run back to the past. Stay in the present moment, be mindful, and have the right wisdom. Okay. And don't anticipate, don't expect, don't, like try to live in the future or expect the outcome, the good outcome in the future. Why? Because the future has not arrived yet. It can change. It's gonna change. So, okay, try to live in the present moment. If you want to change to be a good person, change now. Breathe in, breathe out when you're alive. Do it now. So, yeah, each breath, when you breathe in, breathe out, and you can change, right? So, each breath is actually a new start. Each moment, a new opportunity. So let's embrace the present moment. Be mindful. This is the key. So the Buddha's teaching in the One Finite, the Patekarata Sutra, offer a path to liberation from suffering, from clinging on to the past, from the bad experience, from the happy experience. You cling on to the bad, and the good and the bad is suffering. Why? Because it's already gone, already left behind. It won't help you to live in the present moment. You learn something from the past, yes, it's good. Learn from the past, make the bad experience in the past as a lesson to this moment. It's good. But don't live or don't cling to the past. And also, don't anticipate the future. By embracing this idea, to really present, to really stay in the present moment, we actually free ourselves from the mental chains that, like let us stick, or let us like stuck onto something that left behind, or onto something that's not gonna happen yet. Yeah. How to do it? You have to cultivate mindfulness. How to cultivate mindfulness is actually the key to free ourselves from the mental chains from the past and from the future. And also you have to learn that cultivate the mindfulness is not actually the destination, but it's the process, but it's the practice that you have to, cultivate over and over and over. You have to, practice. Okay, we learn from the mind that okay, sometimes stay in the present moment, sometimes wander back to the past, sometimes wander, to the future. But with each inhalation and exhalation, you can have a new start. Okay, that's okay. That's okay for the mind to wander around. Come back. Come back to the present moment, to the breathing, to the breathe out, anapanasati. The breath um is actually the tool that we have with us all the time, right? Another meditation subject like kasina, like when you concentrate on the like fire, tejo kasina, or things like that. You have to like maybe think or maybe use something as the object for meditation, right? Like a fire, like a candle, things like that. But with the anapanasati, breathe in, breathe out, be mindful when you breathe in and breathe out. It's like the tool that here in this body. So yeah, um just observe the breath, and that's how you meditate. Observe the rhythm when you breathe. Observe the whole passage, like from breathing, and then like the chest, the rise and fall of the chest or abdomen, or the sensation of the air passing through the nostril here. You have you can focus like many things, like breathe in, breathe out. Not only that, but you can focus the sensation here, or with the movement of the chest and abdomen. So this is how you uh, concentrate. Mm. Yeah, and yeah, from this sutra, I would like to place an importance of the being mindful, and also not only mindful of the movement of the breath, but have the wisdom as well that it's actually not self. It's just the feeling that arises and the feeling ceases. Hmm. I cannot control the feeling. So when it arises, just observe. Think of it as, think of you as the observer. Observe the sensation that arises, observe the sensation that ceases, observe the thought, thinking process that arises, observe the thinking process that ceases, and observe the changing of the form of your body. Know and see things as they really are. Yeah, so be mindful in the present moment. And this is what we should reflect not only in the new year period, but every time. New year, you can start anew. Every breath, every breathing in, every breathing out, you can start anew. And I hope you learned something beneficial from this sutra, Patekaratakatha. And be be cheerful and be strong to start anew. Learn to stay in the present moment. Learn to forgive yourself for the bad experience, for the mistakes that you have made. May you find peace within yourself. May you be able to forgive and forget the past, the bad experience. and all the good experience as well. It's just like, okay, let bygone be bygone, right? And learn to don't anticipate or don't try to live in the present moment. Be in this moment. Embrace the reality. Accept the reality and start anew. Okay, that's good. And that's it for today. I hope you um, be cheerful now and be strong to start anew. And let's see you again in 15 days with Mahavana Dhamma. May the Triple Gem protect you all. May you be safe and well. May you be able to really live in the present moment, be mindful, and have the right wisdom until we all reach the right liberation, nirvana, nibbana paccaya hoto. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a good day, everyone.